Hi again, this is Mike Cusick from Tallahassee, reporting for the Florida Society of Ambulatory Surgical Centers. The session is over for 2019, and it was a historic session from many perspectives. Several things happened that we need to tell you about, one of which was, of course, that we passed finally the 24-hour care in ambulatory surgical centers, meaning you can keep your patient for up to 24 hours in the center. We're still waiting to see if Governor DeSantis will sign that bill. It'll be on his desk in a few days. And so we're obviously hopeful that he will do that. If that happens, then you'll be able to implement that and keep patients for up to 24 hours. The other thing that happened, or didn't happen actually, is that the workers' comp changes that we were fighting throughout the session did not pass. To remind you, those changes would have cut your rates by about 50%, would have moved everything to a Medicare-based system, and would have obviously had a huge impact on your ability to serve patients that have been injured on the job. That bill did not pass. We do expect to see it come back again next session. The House leaders have been pushing for a number of years some big changes in health care, so you'll see some of those roll out as well. Those issues are on the desk of Governor DeSantis as well, one of which is to repeal the Certificate of Need program for hospitals. The bill did pass. House Bill 21 passed the House and the Senate. It will repeal within the next 2 years all the Certificate of Need for hospitals. There are a number of rules and regulations that the Agency for Healthcare Administration has to implement to put all that in place, but expect to see that roll out. They also authorized the greater use of telemedicine or telehealth care. Those two terms tend to be interchanged here in Tallahassee, but it will allow for practitioners from across the country to register with the Department of Health and practice here in Florida, connected through Florida-based facilities and entities. So look for those rules and regulations to come out of the Department of Health soon as well. You've probably read and seen in the media that Governor DeSantis was pushing for the ability for patients to buy medications from Canada. That bill also passed. The state of Florida is going to have to apply for that and going to have to convince the federal government to give us approval. That process is in the works. Many of the things that we saw this year that would have capped health care payments in letters of protection at Medicare rates, that bill was filed this year, but it was defeated, did not get through the Senate. We do expect it to come back again. We expect to see some other issues that you've seen during the session related to transparency, greater reporting to patients about their activities and the cost to them coming back again next session. We'll be back with you over the interim to report on those issues as well. This session is over, but next session will be coming quickly. The session in 2020 will actually start in January. As you recall, this year we started in March, but next year they'll start early. That means we have a very short period of time to educate legislators and let them know what our concerns are about legislation that might be coming up. Many of the bills that we dealt with this past session, like workers' comp and the cuts to letters of protection payments and other kinds of issues that were would have cost a great deal of money, are probably going to come back again next year. So we're going to have to face a lot of those kinds of things. We're going to need your help by joining SurgiPAC and helping us work with candidates and existing legislators as they run for re-election. So please join SurgiPAC. It's very important. We will have a very short period of time to work on these things. So thanks again for everything you do back home. Appreciate your help.